Hello and welcome to Faithful to the Traitors, where we are here to discuss the Traitors New Zealand Series 3, Episode 7. And can I begin the episode by saying, James, we were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. Never have I ever yelled at a girl like this before. When you go to bed tonight, James, you lay down and you take responsibility for yourself, because no one else will take responsibility for you.
Well
Thank
said.
you.
Gosh, did that just pop out of the top of your head? Did you just think of that just then?
Yeah, it was purely my own thoughts.
I feel like it was. I feel that's something which could be problematic in a few years' time, I feel. Oh my goodness, James. And I love, well, we'll talk about it in more depth in a minute, but I do also love that James doubled down on it twice, like first in front of the group and then in front of Keanu.
Yeah.
It's like James. He's a
messy bitch.
He's a messy bitch. I'm beginning to think James might be a little bit insane, like a little bit crazy. Like his comment when he said, "Being nice and sensitive person is my game plan," and it's a kind of, it's something that I aesthetically think is true. Sometimes it's like, oh my god, okay, James.
I mean, Dave's gone. Villain edit. Quickly switches. There's always a villain edit on every episode. Dave's gone. All of a sudden, James becomes a mastermind villain.
Dave left because of his manners, which goes to show, don't be polite. We're not in a world of politeness anymore. We're in a world of look after yourself. In a game, to be fair,
that's what James did.
Yeah, well, yes. James is...
Poor Debbie.
Well, this is the other thing. We said in the last episode, now that Harry, by the way, I didn't realise everyone was abbreviating his name to Harry.
Only Mother.
No, a few others did.
Oh, were they?
Yeah,
Only close friends.
Violet the Spy, as I like to call her now. Violet the Spy. She called him Harry as well. But yeah, Harry. I'm going to start calling
Harrison
him Harry
to
now.
me.
Harry isn't. Nah, we're close. Harry. We share stockings. Debbie, I said Debbie's going to have to. Will Debbie come out of her shell now that Harry's gone? And lo and behold, Debbie did. So
she tried to.
She did.
She got beaten back in.
James, it was personal, wasn't he? That was something that was eating inside of him, despite him being a traitor. Like he wanted to just attack the elderly on that day.
I mean, I still don't quite know. I mean, I'm assuming he got his words a bit wrong and he didn't do it properly, but I still don't quite know what he was. Well, what he was trying to say was that she's too old and she doesn't really understand what she's doing.
Yeah. He was basically accusing her of being in the game. It's nice that she can have a day. It's basically what a lot of people say to elderly people is like, it's nice that you've had a day out, but I think you need to go home now. You've done everything you need to do.
I mean,
yeah.
Who are we to talk? We were making fun of her rolling down the hill last week, so maybe we're just as bad.
Having a picnic and sandwiches. Yes,
but we don't say it to her face.
Well, we didn't say, what was it he said? He said James was questioning her mental capacity to win the game, is what I wrote down. Which he was. He was basically saying, Debbie, look, you've had fun. You've had
thrown some rocks.
You've thrown some rocks. You've had a picnic on a hill. Why don't you just go home now back to Harry and enjoy your golden years together? I mean, it was very personal, I have to say. Yeah. I think James took what Debbie said. And the funny thing is, Debbie didn't even attack him. He just said, I was in a car with Hannah and James, and I made a comment, and they just went very quiet, and I found that a little bit suspicious.
And she was suspicious of Hannah. She wasn't suspicious of James.
No.
So if James just stayed quiet, he could have pushed all onto Hannah.
James just jumped on it, immediately jumped on it.
Well, that's what happens to a traitor.
Anyway, hello, I'm Alex.
My name's Ben.
And of course, if you want to get in touch and let us know your opinions of the game so far, what James and Debbie, all right, maybe it's again playground politics. Maybe James fancies Debbie. Go to our link tree, linktr.ee/faithfulto. On there, it's got all the links. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, any of your favorite podcast apps. You can comment underneath the video, like, subscribe, follow us, and you can find us on Instagram and TikTok as well.
Right. So we opened the episode with the deathmatch results. Mm-hmm. The producers and editors tried to hype it up as much as possible and keep us going. But little did they know, Samantha. It's pick of 8 cards. This is going to go on for ages. We can get a good 15 minutes out of this, they thought.
She used her luck that night, didn't she?
She did. First one, and she was there, and that was it. It's like, okay, the end.
Dave was like, well done.
Good one. I bet he was really annoyed. Like, he didn't even get to choose one.
This is what I'm saying. This is why, really, he was being polite. He was saying ladies first, quite right.
They should have both had one at the same time and then flipped it over, both at the same time.
But the result would have been the same.
I know, but it would at least he would have been able to do something.
Give him something to do. Debbie's had a day out. Why can't Dave? That's how I feel.
So yeah, bye Dave, gone, but not forgotten.
I actually felt a bit. I mean, I said this in the last episode. I've said this before when it comes to games of chance for whether you get eliminated or not. I don't like them. I hate them. And in this instance, this was one of the examples where I think actually none of them should have gone, to be honest with you. I think it just felt like, why is Dave out on those circumstances? I didn't like that. I don't like that. I think Dave said that he felt like he was picked by the traitors because he was a threat to them. I don't know how much of a threat he really was, because later on Keanu said that he actually wanted, the reason they put Hannah in it was because he wanted Hannah out. So the purpose really for that whole game was essentially that Keanu hoped that Hannah was going to have the bad luck, and it didn't work out that way. But at the same time, I think Dave if you're going to be eliminated, either murder or Roundtable on a game like this, it should be done on your merit, not on the turn of a card. So again, this is just a personal thing, literally a turn of a card. And this is just a personal thing. I don't like that elimination for Dave. And I say justice for Dave.
Okay.
Justice
so back
for Dave.
For All Stars New Zealand.
All Stars New Zealand.
Along with Rachel.
And Debbie.
Yeah.
And Harry.
Right. We can't have too many.
I just want the whole cast back again because I love all the cast on this series.
All right, Claudia Winkleman. That's what remember when Traitors was brand new, series 1, and she said, I think we should have the same cast every year.
Yeah. Essentially, the stage play is.
Right. Stage play. Coming to New Zealand soon.
Well, they might tour it, We've got opening night tickets, everyone. Just want to drop that one in, that clanger. Right.
So breakfast then. Violet was on Warpath because her BFF, Harry, had been taken out, and she had a lot of confidence this episode. She wanted to get a traitor. She had her backstory to announce at the banishment table, which she went to Yale. She's into geopolitical politics or something. What was it called?
Geopolitical. Not neo. She's a neo-Nazi. No, can you imagine if someone looked up and said, and yes, I am part of a far-right group. Geopolitical intelligence. She's part of geopolitical. Her job is that, essentially. And it cracked me up that Roha said later, I hope you don't get fired for your choosing me at the round table later. And
not the best advert for Yale, is it?
That was quite fun. Yeah, I know. It kind of made Yale look quite sucky, really, to be fair. But yes, Violet the Spy, as I'm now calling her, because I feel like she's integrated herself in the group and now she's dropped that big bombshell.
I think that's going to backfire on her as well. Like she said, I didn't announce it because people find out about that, they don't trust you. And it's like, yeah. And now I don't think many of them, like Keanu doesn't trust you now. And a few other people were looking a bit suspicious of you.
I think she was lucky that James, which we've already mentioned, did a huge whoopsie at the round table. So it kind of got swept under the carpet a little bit. But I think you're right. I think that's something that will be brought up later. Apparently, for some reason, if you're outed as being quite smart, book smart, I should say, not necessarily world smart,
street
but book smart, then you sometimes are suspicious immediately. They think, well, it must be a traitor.
We do know, though, like through the history of all the traitors, that actually being the book smart one, you're normally wrong. And it is actually the social street smart people who are better at picking out who's lying in a social situation.
I
the
agree.
Book smart people, we had celebrity traitors, Stephen Fry. That's all I'm going to say.
Yes. And the other guy who got to the final, but
yes,
he's very, very intelligent, and he did huge fluff.
Yeah.
Huge fluff, I should say.
We've had police detectives. They're never any good.
Well, we had a series. There was a series once when there was like 4 police detectives and none of them admitted it, did they?
They're all rubbish.
They were all
so
bad.
It's not actually an advantage, but it just makes people suspicious of you. So I do worry that Violet is now on the watch list going forward.
Someone else I think it needs to be very careful is Maria, because I think that she is going... I love Maria too.
She's my number 1 now.
She's correct. She's the only one in the group who's correct. And that's why I think she needs to be careful, not just with the traitors, because she's calling out Keanu, left, right and centre, but also with the faithful, because we found out Sam and Keanu have a bond or a friendship before the show.
Yes.
Which, again, 20 perfect strangers. Are they strangers?
Well, we've been in that for a while. They went to the same college or whatever.
Oh yeah, I did. I forgot that they mentioned that earlier.
did you?
Yeah, that completely.
Episode 1. Go back and rewatch it.
This is why I would be rubbish at the Traitors.
You're suspicious.
I'm too suspicious.
Yeah, I like Maria. She's my number one favourite. She knows what... And to be fair to her, she did keep her Keanu suspicions quiet for as long as possible to keep herself in the game, which again is a good move.
But I thought that was problematic a little bit because now she's kept quiet for such a long time about Keanu. The group are so certain that Keanu can't be a traitor, that he's a faithful, that it's now making it more of an uphill battle for Maria to convince them.
Yeah, but they're going to have to look at him eventually, I suppose.
One way, and I'm not taking credit for this, you 100% need to take credit for this. One way they could look for Keanu, I'm not even going to say it because it's all you.
Well, that's the mission, isn't it? The
Yes.
the adrenaline-fueled high-budget missions continue. Whereas Madeline gave us false promise when she said, I'll see you in my dungeon.
You're going to shoot each other.
And it's like, dungeon? And no, it's a warehouse. The same warehouse we've seen 4 times already. So they're back in the warehouse again.
Yeah.
No TVs or technology, just her and a bit of clay.
Clay pots and stones that they found on the beach.
Yeah. And we've seen this before on other shows. And they normally have some sort of gadget, like a bow and arrow, or a gun, or a cannon,
or a catapult,
fire and explosives, all sorts going on.
Just a large elastic band with a piece of leather at the end. Yeah, they can just flow things at things.
Yeah, Roger Course has still got his.
He's still got his leather pants.
New Zealand, on the publicly funded channel, they have a couple of pebbles on a plate and some pots, and you just have to throw them. No contraptions, no sparks, no thrills. Yeah.
I feel like it was a nod at the Nigel Bates storyline from EastEnders because there was a stone. Right. And as we know, his memories of when he was a child was skimming stones in the sea. This is a real reference if you're outside the UK. Yeah. And there was
Can you not make it relatable to New Zealand?
And there was a warehouse. This reminds me...
Lord of the Rings.
No, well, that's better. I was going to say, this is a real nod at that episode of Shortland Street where they found a warehouse and there were stones in it.
So yeah, they had their pebbles and they had to fire things, but there was some shield pots and some minus 500 pots. Obviously, Debbie, the number 1 player of the game, first throw, minus 500.
Minus 500.
James was watching that with his glasses. Like,
yeah, I think you've had
note that down.
I think you've been here long enough, Debbie.
Do you want to go back home, Debbie?
Debbie, why don't you make yourself a nice cup of chamomile?
Debbie threw the stone and went out the window.
Debbie threw a stone herself. Am I out now?
Oh, James. So yeah, there was lots of minus. None of them were doing well at all. And
I have to say, I think it looked harder than it was harder than it looked.
I mean, I knew it was hard the second that Maruia...
Really?
The second Maruia turned up,
right? Yeah,
I was like, "This is hard," because she, as we know, is the most scariest woman in the world. If she can't do it and break open all the pots, then no one can.
No,
and she couldn't do it either. Well, she did. She got a shield.
She got a shield, and Aruha got a shield.
Yes,
and that then led to them finding out how much money they made. Finding out the 2 people out of 3, so 2 out of 3 shields. It was very implicitly said by Madeline. 2 out of 3 people have got a shield. So as they started to walk off, Keanu said, well, I know I'm sleeping safe tonight, making out that he got a shield because he's pretty certain they're not going to save the group. No one's going to admit they've got a shield. Then, as you said, Maruia, then in the car said, are you sleeping well tonight?
The poker player, by the way.
Yes. With a straight face.
Yeah. Keep her cards close to her chest.
I've got a shield too. So Keanu's like rubbing hands together.
Me too. We're shield buddies.
We're shield buddies, yeah. And then at the round table, and Aruha got eliminated. She then said, oh, I had a shield tonight and I thought I'd be safe.
I'm so glad she did that.
Yes. Now, as you pointed this out, I didn't notice this at all. And you said...
They know how many pots are broken. They know there's 1 left. If Maruia is the poker player that she says she is,
yes,
she needs to do some maths now and think, wait a minute.
1 + 1.
Yeah. Arua is a faithful and she said she had a shield. There's no point of her lying, but only 2 pots were broken and I know I've got a shield. So who is lying here? Keanu. So this is their chance to nail Keanu, as all of us want to.
This is so frustrating because they're always saying like, oh, there's not much evidence, or they're going on like the most...
It's not frustrating yet. Next episode. If it doesn't do it in the next episode, then yes, stupid. But this is their chance, especially Maruya. This is her moment. She's been waiting all
Come
series.
on.
8 episodes we've been waiting for her to get her engine going.
This is your moment.
So I'm waiting for that to happen next episode, is what I think.
I'm praying that they spot this because this is one of those aha moments. Yeah. This is one of those moments where you watch it on television and the contestants work it out, the players work it out, and you're there and you're so excited. And then you're even more excited because you're thinking, how is Keanu, in this instance, how is Keanu going to worm his way out of this? What's he going to say that, oh no, what I meant was I've got my teddy bear back? Was something stupid like that?
The one thing that could mess it up is that Hannah was the third person in the car to witness it. Obviously, Keanu wanted Hannah to go on the death match. He's put her name up again to possibly be murdered this episode. I have a feeling that they are going to murder Hannah because she's a strong player. She's not going to be around to back up Maruya's story if she does announce it, or she's not there to do the maths in case no one else can do the maths. So it may go missing with Hannah's death.
I mean, I don't mind it going missing with it coming out. I'd be more frustrated and screaming at the television if it never comes up again. Like, it's just one of those things that happen sometimes on the Traitors where it's such an obvious clue and no one's seeing it, and no one's spotting it.
Madeline's doing lots of hints towards the faithful this episode. Like, it's quite clear the producers are like, right, let's throw in a few bits of dialogue here. So she's saying, why are you all still here? Think about it. There's still traitors here. Think about it. And obviously Aruha said the line, oh, I have a shield. Maybe she was slightly prompted by a producer backstage to say, just give them something. So I do feel like they are trying to push the faithful to open their eyes a bit. So all the clues are there for them to add this up for Keanu. Maria could spearhead it because she's openly said now right at the end, kind of reluctantly, that maybe I'm looking at Keanu to a few people. So
one of my frustrations about the Traitors is when, and this is something I've said since like the beginning, is like, and it has happened on this series, they've talked about the clique, they talked about like that group where they've kind of come to their own conclusions. Maria on this episode again got told off by Hannah saying like, you're the one to point out that there's this group and you decided to jump on their bandwagon and vote off.
Drank the Kool-Aid.
Arua, you drank the Kool-Aid. I know it's difficult because obviously there's some traitors around as well, and I know it's all about like having secret conversations and having little whispers here and whispers there, and I know that's why we love the show so much. But the round table at least is the one opportunity for everyone to share what they know, to share it, and it should be shared without discrimination and without any
ageism.
Doubt and ageism, James. and what frustrates me is that on this series particularly, whenever people are being deliberately kind of called out to push to share information, but then they're normally called out because people suspect that they're actually the traitors, and it's just it's like you should go in there.
I've noticed
I feel like you should go in there with an open mind.
Yeah, I've noticed Samantha does that a lot, where she's really quick to say, well, you're not giving information. Who are you saying? And it's like, well, that's all she says there. Obviously, we don't see the full round table. No. But a lot of the time, Samantha says, you're not giving information. Tell us information. And it's like, no, you give us information. You give us information.
Yeah.
I feel like you're not giving any. So she does that a lot.
But I think Sam feels like she gives the information before she gets to the round table. So that's her cleared of kind of not, giving to the group. But it's like, this is my point. The round table is the point of the round table is that all the conversations you've had throughout the day accumulate inside this one room, and everyone can. It's almost like letting it all out. You just have to let it all out, and
you feel free to say what you want.
Feel free to say what you want without any,
without any what? Sorry,
but without any then
repercussions.
exactly.
Anything personal.
This is the frustrating thing. If we're going to the James and Debbie debacle, I just feel like that James, and I get. It can feel like it's a personal attack, but it wasn't a personal attack to James. It wasn't. It was just Debbie giving her opinion. James then went personal, and that was a little bit mean. It was a bit cruel.
And I think it's because he's a traitor, so I guess he thought, oh, she's about to try and blame me and I need to protect my game, so I need to dispel her. But like, I do feel like he was also going around in circles and he was trying to say something but didn't really know how to say it. It doesn't go down well. So like none of the contestants were like, oh, it's okay, James. Like all of them were like, actually,
yeah,
you were a bit iffy.
But after the round table, which James do you think was the real James? Or do you think there was no real James? Do you think all Jameses are fake Jameses?
Well, that's what I'm suspicious of, because he says one thing to them in person. He said that horrible thing to Debbie in the banishment. He then did the bit to camera where the bits of camera, I guess you are yourself, where he said, oh, I'm kind of this. But then he then said something slightly different to Keanu in the turret, saying, oh, I'm glad you thought that. Ha ha ha. I'm not really sorry. And it's like, well, there's 4 different Jameses here, and I'm not sure which one I trust now.
And I even think Keanu was like in the cardboard turret, thinking like, oh, "Hang on, this is not what I thought." I think I don't know. I don't know if James was being genuine or not when he was like crying on the sofa, because he started crying. He was really upset.
Yeah, because it was saying how like nice he was.
Yeah, but then that's when he said, "It's like I want people to think I'm nice and genuine, and in some circumstances I am." And then as soon as he said that, I suddenly went, "Oh, hang on, is James now playing us as viewers here?" Because you just see all these. James literally is almost like a Jekyll and Hyde. Like one minute he's this, then next minute he's that, and it's like you don't know which James you're getting, and it's interesting to see, but I worry that even James doesn't know what James he's producing. You know, sometimes he's producing a James he doesn't realise he's making.
I guess he wants to play the game of the traitors as a traitor.
Yeah.
And I guess the one thing he regretted was how he said that thing to Debbie, I guess. But like he tried to like hug her and she was like, not talking to you.
Yeah. Again, I don't blame Debbie.
No, I don't blame her
at all. And
she
also,
had her wine,
a
cool wine, and she was there on the terrace.
But also, that's the other thing. I admired Debbie also, because later on, like a couple of them were like, you know, I feel like we need to protect you. Like throughout the game, we felt like we have to protect you, Debbie. And Debbie's like, I don't need protecting. And so I feel like for Debbie, she feels like she's just been seen, and she said this in the talking to camera later. She's been seen as this kind of like outward party, like everyone else in the group are like a kind of a mix of a kind of a younger age than her, and so she sees herself as someone outside looking inward, and I get that actually for Debbie. And there's been other instances when I've watched like the Traitors, and there's been like maybe someone who's slightly older than the group, and they've said like, you know, I've done the game because older people aren't, you know, kind of integrated and listened to in society, and in this I felt like I have been integrated. But this is the first time I've watched the Traitors where actually they felt like they've not been integrated, and they are actually deliberately kind of just ignored and forgotten. And it makes me wonder that comment that Debbie made in the car in front of James and Hannah, and they went quiet, was purely not because, obviously, because I don't think James was a traitor at that point, because they were traitors. It's purely because they just thought, oh, Debbie's talking. and so I feel for Debbie a little bit. And this is why I'm constantly thinking to myself, I wish Debbie just had the courage. And I kind of wish, I'm going off on a tangent here, I kind of wish that Harrison had given Debbie more of a platform through his friendships in the group. Because I feel like
she was suspicious of him, so she was keeping away from him.
No, but like Debbie and Harry kind of, literally he's called Harry now. Just feel like that they would have played better game together rather than apart.
Well, if she wasn't suspicious of her own son, maybe she could have. Yes, but luckily for her, or unlucky for her, her closest ally is Keanu. So I do feel like that she's going to completely trust Keanu, and I could see a fire pit final where Debbie is not only being abused by James in the middle of the series.
You say abused. No, you know that's a bit harsh.
Everything I say is hyperbole. Okay, it's all very exaggerated. I can see around a fire pit with Keanu and Debbie completely trusting her LGBT friend, her ally, and she's like, I trust you, Keanu. We've done this for Harry. He's my son, by the way, and we've gone here together because I know how upset you were. And then he's going to say, I'm a traitor, and then she's going to be double broken.
I don't want that to happen either.
I can see it on the wall now.
Debbie's trusting the wrong people. Come on, Debbie. Get your game in.
Bless her.
But yes, so long story short is that James went too far.
He did.
But I don't know whether James is genuinely remorseful for doing it or not, which makes it even more weird and scary.
I mean, there's all sorts going on there, because Violet still was suspicious of Chloe, and she's kind of said it to her face, where Chloe announced that she was in the death match and blah, 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 and she thinks she was a traitor. Some people think Hannah's a traitor. There's not many left now who are easy murder victims as definitely faithful for the traitors to pick. I would say Aaron, Hannah, Samantha, and Maruia are the only ones left who I think could be murder. Like they've not got suspicion on them from anyone else, so they are easy targets for
Hannah
murder.
Pointed out Aaron at the round table, but I don't really know
No.
There was a very loose. Hannah's normally much sharper than this.
It wasn't that bad. It was the because he's fit and healthy.
So he would have got rid of fit one.
Yeah.
Janiyah.
Which is kind of true. So that's what Keanu did. Keanu said, "I'll take the slack if we kill him." When they were doing that right at the beginning,
throwing stones at pots.
So Hannah was right. She's just the wrong person.
That's fair. Okay, fair. But I thought that was one of the looser, goosey-loosey-ers. Loosey-goosey.
I mean, none of them have any idea, so they're all kind of all over the place.
But the Chloe one, like where a few people were kind of like nodding toward Chloe, I get that one. Because Chloe was so quick to say, like, oh, there's no way anyone who played the deathmatch could have been a traitor. And that was immediately suspicious. And then...
Hannah said that too.
Well, yeah. Well, Hannah
backed it up.
But then don't forget, Hannah and Chloe are the original clique. Hannah and Chloe, Violet, but she's no longer... She's kind of like...
She's
on
a blood mission.
Yeah, Sam. So it's Sam, Hannah and Chloe. They're the original clique. They're still together. And Maria and Violet are kind of Violet the Spy are kind of moving away from them a little bit, and then the rest of them are kind of like a bit wayward. But
the thing is, it could have been a traitor because when it comes to the final two, the person, even if it was Dave and he didn't get the light card and Samantha got it, if Dave was a traitor, he would have been like, "I'm a traitor, so you're still murdered." So there could still be a traitor in there.
Well, not necessarily.
Just you'd be facing off against the traitor at the end if you don't get a light card until the last round.
Yeah, I guess. I wish that they were a bit clearer with the rules and that one maybe a little bit, but also don't forget Madeline also mentioned that the people who got picked for the deathmatch were picked in plain sight, and then that caused
another hint. See, they're giving lots of hints to the faithful because they're doing such a dodgy game.
A difficult
one. Producers are like, come on.
A difficult one to spot though, really, because it was words rather.
They were looking in books. They were looking all over the place.
They looked on a chalkboard to see whose name was on a darts match.
Oh no, we wrote our own names.
We wrote our own names on them. Yeah.
Yes. So we'll talk about who's up for possible murder, but before that, we do have to find out a bit about our eliminated contestants.
What's your name and where do you come from?
Dave. Or Dodgy Dave, who isn't so dodgy. He is a former radio producer for The Hits.
Ooh. We used to have a channel called The Hits in the UK. It was for pop music. I can't see Dave being a pop music fan.
What can you say? Rock and roll? Bit of country?
I reckon a bit of kind of like 90s grunge.
What if they have New Zealand country music?
Might.
That'd be a good genre. The reality TV superfan came fourth in 2023's Treasure Island Fans versus Faves.
We have heard about that reality show. Remember we looked it up about 2 years ago because someone brought it up.
He was eliminated by Dame Susan Devoy.
Dame.
So yeah, Treasure Island is it's kind of like Survivor, I think, but New Zealand. Treasure Island, New Zealand.
Cool.
So he was on there. So he's a reality star. So he's technically if he was in the US Traitors, he'd be a celebrity and he would have been paid $200,000 just to appear on Peacock. Did you get that in New Zealand?
Incidentally, if you're watching the American Traitors on iPlayer in the UK right now, there is a podcast of us doing that. Just go back and have a look at it.
There is, right. So Aroha, the sporty, quick-witted competitor, describes herself as a chameleon who can adapt herself to suit any situation and claims that she's good at reading other people. Lots of people saw her as a threat. They said, she has to be a traitor because she's so smart and clever. She had a difficult few episodes. The last 3 episodes have kind of just been the writing on the wall for her.
She's been ground down bit by bit.
Yeah.
Even when she was walking to the round table, she was crying.
Yeah. And there were lots of bits to camera this episode where it was kind of giving the game away. Like there was a bit when she did the confessional bits when you could tell that was filmed after she'd been eliminated because she was crying. And there was some other slight editing mistakes where they showed Keanu in a different outfit which we haven't seen yet.
Yes.
And he's mentioned, I'll keep Chloe around. So you kind of knew that Chloe wasn't going to be eliminated. And it's like there's a few of those moments you can kind of spot things in the confessionals when they're not so tight on their editing.
It was a really bad edit because it wasn't just Keanu they showed. They showed Maria and another contestant in what looked like kind of like a dinner party. Formal wear, thank you. And there was no formal wear in this episode. And then when they did the preview for the next episode, you found out it was it was easy to work out who may have stayed and who hadn't. So that was a real strange edit, I have to say.
You can kind of see normally you can see people who have got really red eyes who are trying to hide it. It's like they've been eliminated and they've been asked to film this afterwards. There's quite a few of them, but the costumes and the outfits are really like
big giveaway.
Big giveaway, especially Keanu when suddenly he has hair. It's
Yeah,
like,
when I see Keanu's hair, it's like I see Keanu naked. I'm not saying I'm against it. I'm just saying that it's a surprise.
Takes us all back.
It does.
So conclave options for murder is, who are they?
Sam, for being smart, quiet, and an observer.
Yes.
Hannah, because everyone's scared to go up against her. Even
Keanu wants her dead.
Even Keanu. And Violet, because she's very intelligent. And after she came out saying she was a Yale student, that it makes her now much more dangerous.
I think Violet was one of those where they had to have 3 names for the producers, so they just threw her in, because there's no point getting rid of her after she did that, because she could. I think Hannah's gonna.
I agree. I think Hannah's.
I don't want Hannah to die. I think she needs more episodes, but
I have to say, I think Keanu, even though he's scared of her at the Roundtable, I think it's a bad move getting rid of Hannah, because Hannah's one of his cheerleaders as well. Like Hannah and Sam, when Maria was talking about him, because people were goading her and Maria and saying, look, you're not really doing much, are you? And Maria was like, fine, all right, Keanu. And it wasn't even done throwaway. It was done genuinely believing that she
But sometimes, because obviously Madeline said, you have to think why you're still here. So if Hannah and Samantha are still around, they could then think, why am I still here? I'm friends with Keanu. Maybe Keanu's thinking that way. He's getting rid of his allies now before it becomes too suspicious that they're still hanging on.
I just realised how many players? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 women, 6 women, 3 men.
Good.
Women again, stronger. The women are always the best at this game. Women are great at this game.
When they're
Highly
allowed,
suspicious, that's why.
when they're allowed to not be murdered all the time.
Yeah, well, that's true. As well, especially when it comes, normally if it's an all-male turret, cardboard turret, well, in other versions, when it's been an all-male traitor, it's been female after female after female. It's just been it's actually disgusting.
Don't get that in New Zealand, though.
But my point being is that it's funny how like James and Keanu have kind of just disregarded Aaron now. He's not like a threat to them, but also he's kind of like just staying under the radar.
He's playing a quiet game, isn't he?
He's playing a very quiet game, and I'm worried that Aaron's not going to come out at the right time. He needs to come out the gate around about now, episode 8 or 9 of the New Zealand series. If there's 10 episodes, this is the point, the final third. We all said it before, the final third. That's when, if you're the one who's staying under the radar on purpose to get further in the game, this is the point you need to know.
Because they'll randomly turn on him or the banishment table, because they'll be suspicious for no reason. Yeah,
exactly. So come on, Aaron, get your pants down. Let's get going.
Pants down or up?
Either or. I'm easy.
Right. Well, we'll find out, because we've got another episode this week as well. So you can get in touch with us with your thoughts and theories. Maybe now is the time where you can speculate who you want to win. I'm Team Maria, personally.
I'm Team Debbie.
Yeah.
I want Debbie to win. I want Debbie to wear the crown.
Justice for Debbie.
Justice for Debbie.
So let us know what you think. Who's your current favourite?
Exactly. Linktree, as always, linktr.ee/faithfulto. All the links are on there for watching, listening, and following us. And if you do any of the following, please comment underneath the videos, get in touch, and give us a like, a follow, take your friends, share us on your social medias. It's all good stuff, and we like it very much. We lap it up.
Lovely. So we'll see you all again next time. Until then, stay faithful. Bye.